Greetings and welcome to MPK TV News Extra, where we bring you the headlines of the past week. The annual Agricultural Youth Summit kicked off at Feather Market Theatre in Gqeberha, hosted by Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality. The event connects youth-owned agri-businesses with established companies and government stakeholders to build partnerships and open new markets.
Scores of farmers, young and old, along with government stakeholders, filled the Feather Market Hall in Gqeberha. The goal was clear and was to expand youth agricultural businesses beyond the region, create real opportunities in farming, processing, and empowering young entrepreneurs across the value chain. The Acting Executive Director for Economic Development, Tourism and Agriculture, Wandisile Makwabe, said the event had a great turnout.
As we celebrate the Youth Month, there must be activities and programs that are geared and focused on capacitating in the main young people. As you would know, this year is the Jubilee, 50 years of youth activism. We remember the young people who in 1976 decided that enough was enough. And those young people have made it very possible for us to be here today.
Siyabonga Meleni from Green Tech Corporations and Mkondo Mtwini, the CEO of Smart Aggreviate, said the summit gave them joy. They highlighted challenges in scaling production and reaching new markets and spoke about the support and partnerships young farmers need the most.
Mandithi ndiziva ndivuselelekile ngoba lena into iyasibuyisela emva ngokucinga kwami isibuyisela emva but back in the days besikade siphila ngohlobo. So izinto xa singaziboni siyazilibala. So now that ke ngokusilapha nathi ndiye ndavuseleleka ngolo hlobo ingqondo iyayithatha ibuyisele emva ba kanene besiyilibele lena into. But ke ngokuthina singu Green Tech sithi masiwaqale ngokwethu lamathuba with only 300 seedlings. Londo leyo ingasenza into yobana ngaba sikwazi thina ukuzisustain, sikwazi ukuzityisa sifite neefamily zethu. So besinomnqweno sithi xa siphuma apha at least sibe nazo ii-investors okanye ii-sponsors eziza kuthi zisixhase kwinto yonke siyenzayo kwivision ka-Green Tech.
Look, I think we feel very special to be able to come here and share some of what it is that we do. Being in the space of agriculture within Citrus specifically. You see, the problem that we are sitting with currently is that globally, the consumer is demanding and playing a more active role around seeing what it is that their hard-earned pounds, their hard-earned dollars is going towards. Now, what our platform is able to do for that consumer is able to demonstrate in real time live productivity tracking, which then allows the consumer, irrespective of where they are sitting globally, to get a sense of what is going on our farms.
Temba Mazid, the secretary of the Nelson Mandela Farmers Association, mentioned that associations can do more helping youth access land, finance and technical skills. He added that this is the platform for policy and regulatory changes which are key to unlocking opportunities for young farmers.
Mainly, we are engaging with these stakeholders to supply them with a database of the farmers, the youth in particular. So what we're looking at is what are they doing? So in other words, what are they farming? Where are they farming? If one is in piggery, how many pigs do they have? If they are in crop production, what is the size of the land? What we actually need to do is to create policies that talk to the youth, you know, and simplify the process for the youth to actually access the land. Simplifying it, I'm talking about, you know, the application forms, the awareness, because a lot of the youth today, they don't know where to go. There is probably land or, you know, financial institutions or funding that can assist these young farmers, but there is no awareness in terms of where do I go to get this funding.
The Nelson Mandela Bay Executive Mayor Babalo Lobishe outlined support programs in place for youth-owned agribusinesses. and how the municipality plans to link successful exhibitors to procurement and market opportunities within the metro.
What they can expect is that we will be supporting them throughout, because the opportunities that we are bringing here are sustainable opportunities and a framework that will help one to move forward swiftly in terms of doing business in agriculture, because what we want to do is to tap on the sector of producing and also agro-processing.
While youth shared gratitude and farming challenges, they affirmed that the exhibition gave them space to stand out to potential partners and buyers. This Youth Summit initiative reflects a push to make agriculture more inclusive and commercially viable for the next generation of farmers and entrepreneurs. Reporting for MPK TV News, I am Jessica Bobo in Gqeberha.
The South African Communist Party, together with the Association for Persons with Disabilities, handed over 11 wheelchairs to beneficiaries from Ward 36 in Westville as part of an initiative aimed at improving the mobility and quality of life of vulnerable community members. Sisipho Mtiki has more.
Several elderly residents of Ward 36 in Westville were among those who received wheelchairs today. SACP District Task Team member Mongemi Magala says the initiative is driven by the party's Know Your Neighbor campaign, which aims to identify and assist community members in need. Through its partnership with APD, the organization has been able to provide support to vulnerable residents.
Always encourage our branches, because we've got, as an organization, as a SACP, a Know Your Neighborhood campaign program that runs all the years, throughout the year. It is about knowing what the situation is about your neighbor, who's staying there, what are their circumstances, do they need any assistance. You know, as SSCP members, we've got that responsibility through the Know Your Neighborhood campaign. So through that, we have identified a need, you know, of people who need wheelchairs. And because we have a community-based organization, you know, as this branch of the South African Communist Party, then we decided to go out and look for people who can donate wheelchairs, you know, to these people that are in need. And we approached APD, you know, the Association for People with Disabilities here in the Nelson Mandela Metro, and they were willing to assist. And then we gave them the list of recipients, you know, from community members, not just members of our organization. I doubt we have any member in the recipients for that matter. So this is how this program came about.
The Association for Persons with Disabilities, APD, which provides wheelchairs and support services to people living with disabilities across the metro, says the SACP approached the organization for assistance in supporting vulnerable residents in the city, and APD was happy to assist the party.
We as an organization, ADP, so we are doing AMA assessments for people who are living with disabilities. So we are actually the organization that gives out AMA application, AMA wheelchairs. So we generally do AMA assessments in different communities around Metro. Then we do AMA handovers to our clients, or the assessment that we have done so far. We are not only at the ground. So in the ground, we need people who are already there. Councillors, we're working with them. So they identify people who need wheelchairs. Then we have an application form. Then in our application forms, they fill in their details. Then as ADP.
One of the beneficiaries, 50-year-old Noruthando Dingela, who lost a leg due to complications related to diabetes, says receiving a wheelchair will greatly improve her quality of life and allow her to regain some independence around her home.
Nethole ndiyabulela kakhulu ngoba into ezinitshe bengakwazi uzenza kuba bendihamba ngentonga, so ndiziva kamandi namhlanje ingathi kuthulwe into emagxeni ngoba bendingakwazi noyaphi bendingakwazi uzisebenzela endlini kuba kaloku nawo andina-wheelchair. Sihlala kwiishelter ezimanzi, xa kunetha sikwazi uthini, funeka uhlale phantsi. Ngoko ndiyaqonda into yoba ndizawukwazi nokuziqhuba apha endlini, ndikwazi into yobana mandizenzele into endifuna uzenzela yona.
Another beneficiary is 81-year-old Nombali Madlamba, who is both deaf and blind and celebrated a birthday yesterday. To her family, the wheelchair is a meaningful birthday gift. Her daughter, Cegizwa Madlamba, says the assistance has brought great relief to the family.
Ninzi umthwalo kuba kaloku besithi naxa sezimakliniki nasemazibhedlele funeka siqeshe imoto apha endlini imbeke eplankeni complex akhwele ke ngokujikeleza senze kaloku lisenzele lula kakhulu ngalo mtshini. Toilet bakaloku apha yile ndawo yethu idama amanzi athathe ezitoilet noko kuzaba lula kuba bekahlala wena ukuwa xa siyana kuloo toilet noko kuzaba bhetera kakhulu ngoku.
While the beneficiaries expressed gratitude for the wheelchairs, traveling back to their homes remained a challenge due to the poor conditions of the roads in the area. Community member says infrastructure challenges continue to affect the daily lives of residents despite initiatives aimed at improving accessibility in their communities. For Mpumakapa TV News, I am Sisipho Mtiki in Gqeberha.
It is time for a short break. Do stay with us. Welcome back to our viewers. Dinosa and Cecilia Makiwana Hospital in Mdantsane held a gender awareness event, Kukombo. The event aims to empower workers against sexual harassment and substance abuse. Nandi Pamistile reports.
Officials from Dinosa, Cecilia Makiwane Hospital and COSATU gathered together at Cecilia Makiwane Hospital to tackle sexual harassment in the workplace and substance abuse amongst workers. National Gender Chairperson Gutlang Latina says the fraternity is no exception to this pandemic. He says more support structures are needed to assist them.
The very same workers, they carry a lot of things. Being one worker, you can support about 5 families. The pressure on itself, he says that the worker has a responsibility also in terms of ensuring that they are rehabilitating, which way psychologically, in terms of assisting them, and then emotionally utilizing the social workers and the psychologists in terms of having to assist them.
South African National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence, SANCA social worker Kiuratile Mpahlele says health practitioners' access to medication has led to an identified trend of drug and alcohol abuse to cope with daily work stress and trauma.
Because there's availability of substances within the healthcare system, what we are now observing is more people are using scheduled medication, as a way of coping with the high level of stress in the work environment. Substances like alcohol has become a socially accepted substance.
CCMA Commissioner Elizabeth Tom, who spoke of sexual harassment in the workplace, says employers ought to be wary of not taking reported sexual harassment cases seriously.
They need to have a risk assessment as to how it is going to be dealt with and who to report to. They should have a person of confidence where these particular cases are being reported to, and the employer, when the case is reported, the employer should deal with it as soon as possible, because should an employee feel that he or she does not want to endure the pain anymore, the employee can rush to CCMA and open up a case. And should CCMA find that the employer did not deal with the matter as reported, it warrants us to slap that employer with vicarious liability.
Cecilia Makiwane Hospital Employee Wellness Program member Yanga Yudu says the program will ensure that the reporting system for sexual harassment and substance abuse is confidential and non-judgmental to ensure help for those affected. For MPK TV News, I'm Nandi Pamestile in Kukombo.
MultiChoice Canal Plus company together with Mpumakapa TV celebrated their long-term partnership of more than 10 years bringing local content to the viewers. This partnership has borne fruit to bringing content that is authentic, engaging and entertaining for the viewers. The Mpumakapa TV station received brand new equipment to help bring local stories to the world.
The Mpumakapa TV station is the window to local stories, entertainment and content around the Eastern Cape. The station has reached great heights, achieving remarkable milestones that have grasped the attention of over 2 million viewers. The partnership with MultiChoice Canal Plus company has invested in the station, gifting them with new equipment to assist with the station's daily operations.
Equipment, it's great equipment for you guys to really just elevate, the different parts of your operation. You get to see them. I want it to be a surprise, just as this is a surprise to me, that whatever it is that you get, it's really going to make an impact in your station and really just make it continue to help it grow, continue to help it become, the best place for the media space within this province.
MultiChoice Canal Plus company has partnered with regional stations to help elevate talent and upskill local broadcast stations.
Is very, very important. I mean, we've seen the growth of the different regional stations that have been a part of their journey, from where they started grassroots to now really being formidable forces within the media industry. It's helpful because it also helps within those specific places or those specific towns and locations that we may not reach, that they're reaching, making sure that people are skilled in this industry, making sure that we have the necessary individuals within the industry who are going to help elevate it and make it better than what it is currently. So we have these nurturing hubs of young budding talent that is interested in being in the film and the television industry, really growing and learning from these stations. We're about enriching lives, and this is one of the ways that we continue to commit to ensuring that South Africans do benefit from this company that benefits from them.
Chairman of the Mpumakapa TV station, Motse Mfuleni, has appreciated the equipment, saying this gesture will help grow content participation and upskilling upcoming talent.
Talk about MultiChoice, a company of Canal Plus, for their continued support in content development in the broadcast and content creation sector, also which contributes to assisting with talent in the industry, both journalism and film. And this equipment is really going to assist us in making sure that we grow content participation as well as we grow the participation of producing content, working with bright young South Africans from the Eastern Cape.
The station says it has a bright future in the digital space through its Go Digital projects and venturing into various strategic platforms to produce content that is accessible to all audiences. Reporting from Mpumakapa TV News, I am Sanayi Njudu in Gqeberha.
It is already time for another short break. Do stay tuned for sport. Welcome back to our viewers, and now in sport news. Hope FC from the Western Cape are the ABC Mutsebe National Playoff champions after beating Northwest University on penalties by 5-4. The teams were level on points in the match.
iHope FC izakhele igama kwimbali yebhola ekhatywayo emva kokuphumelela i-National Playoffs kwisizini yayo yokuqala idlala kwi-ABC Mutsebe. Eli qela laseNtshona Koloni lihambe phambili kwisiqingatha sokuqala somdlalo apho lifake inqaku kwimizuzu emihlanu yokuqala yomdlalo kwayiwa ekhefini. iNorthwest University yona ihamba ngasemva. Kwisiqingatha sesibini ibuye ngamandla iNorthwest University yaze yalinganisa xa kusele imizuzu 15 umdlalo uphele. Lo mdlalo uphele kwi-penalties apho iNorthwest University ibambise ipenalty yelesine yaze yabe kanti iHope FC iyadlula. Umqeqeshi weHope FC uDylan Dean uthi bebezilungiselele kangangoko ukuza kule midlalo.
Like I said previously, our preparation started already first training session of the season, where we had a lot of discussion, myself and Clayton and my technical team. The end goal was always to make sure that we're ready for the playoffs. Make sure that when we go to the playoffs at the end of the season, that the team is prepared properly. So during the season, we got a lot of principles in place, what we wanted, how we wanted to play, what we wanted to do. And all of those things culminated at the end of the season into the playoffs. So before we came here, we only had a week to prepare. But all we did was we just reinforced a lot of our principles, and we got them to understand, obviously, our structure, which was very important for us, organization and things like that.
Umqeqeshi weNorth-West University, uNkululeko Maligazi, uncoma abadlali bakhe ngokudlala umdlalo omhle.
We dominated the play, but we could not get luck. For the chances that we have missed, it was telling that the minute we go to penalties, the slides will turn, which will favor the opponent. But very good game, very good response from an early conceding from a set play situation.
Iqela iHope FC neNorth-West University ziza kuba zidlala kwiMitsepe Foundation League kule sizini izayo. Kulindeleke ukuba kwinyanga yoMsintsi kube kanti imidlalo iyaqala. Kwiindaba zeMpuma Kapa TV, ndingundumiso Nonakasa, eMthatha.
And that brings us to the end of this bulletin, and thank you for choosing MBK TV News.